St. Lucia on a very breezy day. And we are going to take an aerial tram.
Pigeon Island, it is our national park. Pigeon Island, the home of one of the Sandals resorts. We do have 3 of them here in St. Lucia. Sandals, it is a Jamaican chain of resorts, all inclusive for couples only. It was an island on its own. Between 1970-73, a man-made causeway was built to join the island to the mainland. This is what we're driving on right now.
Quite a shopping area here at Rodney Bay on St. Lucia. Here in the wealthy area.
The Spanish. It was said that St. Lucia was discovered by Christopher Columbus on his 4th voyage, 13th December 1502. So ladies and gentlemen, the 14th of December, it is our national day. It is a national holiday. This island was also known as Ayanola or Hironora, meaning the land where the iguana can be found. We got the name from the very first inhabitants. They were known as the Amerindians, the Caribs, and the Arawaks. These people came as early as 200 AD, coming as far as the Orinoco River in South America. St. Lucia is also nicknamed the Helen of the West Indies. St. Lucia being named after the legendary Helen of Troy. Very beautiful woman, 2 nations fought for her over a long period of time. Same here with our island. They battled for this island for over 150 years. In the year 1814, St. Lucia was ceded to Britain by a treaty. It was called the Treaty of Paris.
It was at least half an hour ride to get up here in the rainforest, and luckily it's not raining right now. But we are going to ride the tram. The chariot arrives. We're underway. I guess some people hike around here. There's a ravine down here that used to supply water for the island.
In the ravine you can find crayfishes and freshwater crabs. The second layer of the rainforest is known as the forest floor, and this is where you find the rodents that live in the reserve, like the agouti, the possum, mongoose, rats, just to name a few. The third layer of the rainforest is the understory. And this is where you find mosquitoes, a few low-flying birds, bees, moths, and butterflies. So a tropical rainforest is that it must have vines and lianas. It must also have a flower blooming at any given time of year, and what is known as a buttress rooting system. And the buttress rooting system is hurricane adaptive.
Must have 43 inches of rain.
We are way past that limit. On the island, we get 160 inches of rainfall yearly, and all this rainfall contributes to Castries being the second wettest city in the Caribbean. Roseau, which is the capital of Dominica, is the first. Mainly to the right, the umbrella lookalike plants. These are known as giant tree ferns, and the tree ferns are one of the oldest species of plants to evolve on the surface of the earth, back in the days of dinosaurs. Tree ferns are also known as sawberry plants, meaning that they do not have male or female. They contain tiny dots under the leaves known as sories, and when it rains, the droplets knock them to the ground, and this is how tree ferns germinate. If we take a look towards the top or the center of the tree fern, we can see these white curly heads. These are known as fiddleheads, and fiddleheads are edible, but we do not eat them on the island. They are mainly eaten in Canada, and they taste similar to asparagus. common bird to find here is known as the purple-throated. This is the biggest out of 3 species of hummingbirds found on the island. There is the green-throated carib, it's second to the largest, and the smallest hummingbird is known as the Antillean crested.
Parrot is a national bird.
Can be found right here in the rainforest.
And there's 187 species of birds, but most of them are hiding.
We are heading to the Gommier and the Châtaignier Association. These are the 2 tallest trees found in the rainforest. Both the Gommier and the Châtaignier were used to make a dugout canoes, which is a legacy of our very first settlers. In the rainforest known as the Gommier, it grows up to 180 to 200 feet tall. If you were to tap this tree for sharp object, it would send out this white sticky sap, and the sap smells similar to Vicks Vapor Rub.
Well, we're up at the top here, and we've made a U-turn. Now we're going to head back down. Almost all the trees I've seen in here have something else attached to them. This is the highest point.
The body of water on the left, this is the Caribbean Sea. Very calm and warm water where all sea bathing, yachting, sailing and kayaking. And on the right, we will find the Atlantic Ocean. If it wasn't so cloudy up here, then we would have been able to see St. Lucia's neighboring island, which is Martinique. Only 21 miles north of St. Lucia.
Other plants growing all over that poor tree.
Of a pineapple plant. These are known as bromeliads. And the reason that they grow in this 45-degree angle because they collect rainwater and the tiny leaves and sticks. They will then produce an enzyme known as bromeliadin, and this is how they produce their own food.
Bromeliads are epiphytes, not parasites. They don't feed on the tree.
Pineapple plants because they came from the same family.
It's a zip line. Of course, there's nobody on it right now.
They came from the North Oak Island, which is back in the Pacific, and they were introduced to the island back in 1962. This is one of the 4 types of pines we have on the island.
75% of the world's lumber is pine. Huge big tree, and it's got pretty orange flowers on it. Here we are an hour later, back where we started.
Got a butterfly. It's a big butterfly. Oh, that's what I meant. Thank you. It's a hummingbird. This is a calabash tree, which is the national tree. And these are not edible, but they use them to make bowls. I've seen lots of coleus planted in the ground. There's just a few here.
As the tree of life. The tree of life, one, because long ago, when a baby was born, the clip from the umbilical cord was kept until that child was about 5 years old. Then he or she was taken to a farm, allowed to plant under a small coconut tree. And it was said, as the coconut tree growed, the child would acquire his or her knowledge. When the individual died, the coconut tree was cut down. Today, this is not practiced anymore.
It's making
very nice. Very
juice,
sweet.
taking the cane and putting it through a press.
No, they just you can just drink the juice like that. Yeah, very nice and sweet. Yes. But you find those sugarcane plantations were abundant when a root in the ground, sugar beet, was discovered. We still grow sugarcane in our backyards for our own use.